I don't get why people
Let's
talk
go.
about race. I'm not gonna
It
see
was
this
just an
man.
example.
I'm not gonna
Now
see
let's
someone
go.
as a black man or a white man. I'm gonna see him as a man. I don't get why we can't just do
Bruh,
that.
man, I'm sorry, but
Talking
the
about
colorblindness isn't realistic.
it is. It
Well,
absolutely
I,
is.
I,
let
I
me
mean,
start
like,
this off,
yeah.
and we'll go from the
Well,
from the
I'm gonna
left
keep
to
it
the
a
right.
I'm
billion.
not.
30
I'm not.
seconds.
I'm
30
not
seconds.
participating in this.
We may not even be able to have 30 seconds for this shit, bro. It's going to be.
Unfortunately,
You gotta
30
have nice
seconds. You
articulate
gotta have
stuff.
concise. You gotta have concise ideas and let the other person.
It's hard to
formulate their
condense,
response.
bro. Like even
It
in
is
debate,
hard.
they don't even be doing the
But
30-second shit. Bro.
In 2021, I feel like being colorblind is a form of passism. You know,
Yeah.
to see everyone equally when everyone isn't treated equally is kind of like watching someone get beat up
Define
in the street
treated
and turning
equally.
it back.
Define
That's not true.
Okay, I'm out, guys. You guys have fun with this.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Well,
just so
let's just say this. There are certain stigmas and stereotypes that are or anointed to certain races that aren't applied to
All
others.
races.
Okay. Define the stereotypes.
I'll
What
give
are
you
the
one
stereotypes?
that's laughable. But if me and you walk into a convenience store and you're a white and I am black, I am more likely to be followed around that store than you are.
How do you know that?
Statistic.
Bro, because of stigmas and because of statistics, stigmas.
Okay,
Okay,
for
okay.
you to okay, but for you
Because
to
the
say that right
stereotype
there,
that
for you to
was
say that right
previously
there.
Where
pushed,
did you
bro,
get
bro.
the statistics from? Where'd you get
No,
them?
forget
alright.
statistics. No, let me speak. Let me speak. Let me speak.
No, yeah, you got it.
Just
no,
the
ISO,
act, just the act of what you did
Dude said
right there.
ISO.
Just what you said right there. It goes to show me that you've never been in a place outside of where it doesn't happen. You're from a place where you believe, or it has led you to believe, that if me and you walk in a store and I'm black and you're white, that I am not going to be treated that way. That's because of your environment. But I'm from Philadelphia. If you come to where I'm from, and me
Yes,
and you
sir.
walk into a bodega, a Rite Aid, into a Starbucks, no matter where we walk into,
Poppy store. Ain't no
Poppy
bodega.
store, no matter where you walk into, I will have more eyes on me than my white friend.
And that's facts.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
Real
but
rap.
you're not telling me how it's a fact. I need to know how
All
it's a
right,
fact.
so let's talk. So
Experience.
then let me get into my Umar bag.
Yeah, but what if my yeah, but I can tell you my
Okay.
experience is
So
there are
disproportionately,
people on the far left that think every white person's
here's my
racist.
view because
So
everyone
does
has said
that
that
make it
view
a
and I haven't
fact?
even stated
No,
my view.
that would be
Um,
opinion.
all right.
Experience is
So
No,
if
no,
we
no,
already
Wait. Can
Alright,
I just get my view across before y'all dabble into that shit? So this is my view. I feel like every single race experiences racism or some kind of stereotype in some type of way. That's my view, and I feel like
Absolutely.
some might be more significant than others. Yes, depending on where you are. So if I go to Africa, of course they're gonna look at me different because I'm white. But if a black person's in like a white hillbilly town, of course they're gonna look at him differently because they're all racist there. So I feel like, granted, anyone could be racist. Just depends on where you are and the
Now,
significance of it.
let's talk about this racist word. So racism implies a system, just like socialism and all these other isms as well. That implies a system, my guy. There could be prejudices. There could be and people could discriminate based
Dude,
on race.
honestly, like, why do we even fucking do this? Honestly.
But when it, yeah, man, like
No, like, seriously, why do we even
wait.
have
Give
African
him 30
American as, like,
seconds.
an actual thing?
Yo,
Explain yourself, Gert.
I don't know, man. It's this little thing called like slavery that kind of fucking.
No, you should just be American. You're not African, you were born here. And then I'm gonna treat you like an American. You and me are American. Who fucking gives a shit about right or left? I just want to, like, pay taxes and, like, do what's right for my fucking country. Why the fuck do I give a shit? I don't care if you're fucking black, white, if you're gay, or fag, I don't give a shit. I'll fucking say the slurs, I'll fucking say whatever.
Hold on, give him 30 seconds. Guys, give him his 30 seconds. He's preaching right now. Go ahead, Gert.
Look, I'm not, like, asking for 30 seconds. I just, like, I don't get it. Like, seriously, who gives a shit? At the end of the day, I'm just trying to love everybody. I'm just trying to have a good time. Who fucking cares? Why do we talk about this? The only thing that I really care about is just, like...
Because
It's just like weird shit that goes on in like these
May I have
weird
30
off
seconds
shit.
May I have 30 seconds to explain why the debate is relative to how you
bro,
think?
you don't gotta ask. You the host, bro. You got it.
You believe, yeah, but I'm not a dictator. You believe in inequality, whether you're gay, black, white, under the same banner. We are all American. We are all equal. I want to love everybody. That's beautiful, right? But when there's when there's a systematic oppression going on minorities, when there is systematic oppression going on through education, through finances, through representation in court. When you see this oppression going on, your mindset and what you want cannot be enforced on them unless you fight for it. You have to fight for them.
Well,
The people who think
yes,
like
correct.
you have to have this debate and have to protect these people because it's going to happen over and over again. How many generations do we have to lose to systemic oppression?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, to answer that is, like, who am I to protect? Give me a name. Give me somebody to protect.
I'm going to give you a name. I'm going to give you a name. Gert from from Overwatch Debate Room believes in equality, right? And Gert has a real world job. And Gert has a real world friend who also has a real world job. An idea can go viral, can it not?
I mean, of course, yes.
So if your rhetoric and how you think went viral and infected a person that might otherwise be a little on the fringe of how to treat a minority, then your job is done. You don't have to be the president. You don't have to. Go out and...
no, correct. No, what I was saying to like further like our I guess our expanse in going viral is like I don't know how to like I guess protect minorities. Say is that the proper like I don't know how to like.
Well, your idea
express
is very beautiful.
my way for,
You don't believe in the minority, so to fix the minority, include them in the majority. Would you agree with that?
Well, I do.
Exactly. So take them from being the minority and give them the tools to enter the majority. Give them better education.
But he can't do that.
No, well then I guess where it kind of bothered me is when you were like systematically. How can I like systematically support a minority? How do I do that?
You could change and you could support.
You know what I find easy for people to do?
It's not really.
It's real easy for a person to say, "Hey, that's a nice dog. Did you adopt him? Did you rescue him?" That's so easy to do, isn't it? Isn't it? Why is it so easy to be compassionate? Why isn't it? I'm not comparing it. I'm comparing the level of compassion. Why is it so easy to be compassionate towards animals, but not compassionate to an oppressed minority?
Who said he isn't passionate about that?
So how about when you see someone working in a job, you say, "Hey, did you hire him from a systemically oppressed community? Did you hire him from a felony program?"
That's way off topic. Who would even go if you're going to?
That's not off topic.
But that's him having a hand in it. Like,
that's not off topic.
What is trying to say is like, yo, like.
So if I'm going in a coffee shop,
wait. Everyone pause count. The guy who said it's off topic. You got 30 seconds. Explain yourself.
Okay, so you said if you walk into a shop, so let's use a coffee shop for example. I'm going there, it's the morning, I'm ready to go to work or something, and I go to pick up coffee. I'm not gonna walk in there and see a minority, be like, "Where's your manager? Let me speak to him. Did you save this guy from oppression and he was on the side?" No, who does that? I'm just trying to go in there and get my coffee and leave. It's stupid. That's
not what he said.
That's not what I'm saying.
Then what are you saying? What are you saying?
I'm going to say it again. It's very easy for people to be compassionate and invested. And I gave an example within animals.
Yeah,
when a person has a dog, right? It's almost... I don't know how to say that without being controversial.
There's a high percentage you didn't buy it from a litter. You probably rescued it, or
you rescued it, or you saved it. You rescued it. Whatever the case may be, is actually among pet owners, you get more kudos for rescuing that dog, or you're deemed more empathetic or compassionate from adopting him from a place where he might have not had a good life. Right? These are just things that pet owners do. You feel me? I have 3 cats. One of them is a rescue. One of them is actually a child of a litter. Whenever I see someone like, "Hey, did you rescue that cat?" Or is it? It's just something that happens among pet owners. It's a level of compassion that is rarely applied to human beings.
Right.
Okay,
Now,
I have a
to
question.
give
Okay,
that a
because we don't
parallel,
look
to give
at
that
it- we don't-
to give that a parallel, I said that when you hire somebody, you should have the same rhetoric. Yes, you can just hire someone straight from the breeder. You can hire someone straight from the best corporate job placement center, or whatever. But wouldn't it be more compassionate to see a guy on the corner who's washing a car for money or who's panhandling to say, hey, guess what? If you can come into this job 9 to 10 or 9 to 5, I can pay you. And adopting him from his poverty or adopting him from his oppression and giving him a job. That's what I'm
Okay,
trying to
wait.
say.
No, wait. Okay.
Yeah, but
no,
who
actually,
disagreed with you and said that that's wrong?
This is actually
I'm-
kind of. I had to say this was a little all over the place because now you're assuming that like you rescued this person and then also going to like the coffee shop thing like or you rescued this dog in an essence instead of just like okay, let me explain
I'm
myself
freestyling
in
here,
a better
man.
sense.
I had a point and I kind of got lost when he said it didn't apply.
I understood what you were saying, but like the thing with like the to assume that you rescued it is to like kind of reflect on the
White
behavior
guilt
that
it.
it's having.
White guilt.
No, to the behavior that it's having. Like a dog,
No,
if
not
you
white
rescue a
guilt. White
dog,
savior shit.
or if you rescue it from a pound, or if you rescue it from a whatever situation it's in, it's probably got some weird shit going on. It doesn't like the way cars sound. It doesn't like the way that new people enter the home, or like you can't raise a fist without it being like barking at you. You know what I mean? By its behavioral stance, you would assume that it's been rescued. And so when you say that you bring it into a coffee shop, you would assume that someone's coming from this weird behavior. If I raised a fist, if I said certain things, it would make this person or dog act up. And so you would assume that they're from quote unquote a pound. Not, I hate to like use this analogy, but it's the one that has been laid out on the table. Like a person, you would assume they're from a certain area by the way that they handle a certain situation.
Let me ask you this though.
Okay.
This for the other guy, if he said this. So I have my mic off for a little bit, but I want to know what you want people to do to help the minorities. What should we do?
I mean, here.
I can answer that. I feel like teachers should be good teachers should be incentivized to teach in impoverished neighborhoods, as opposed to going.
So you would force them to teach
I'm not
in
forcing
their
them.
area?
I said I'm not forcing them. I said they should be incentivized. Incentivized. The education in New York isn't the same as the education in, let's say, like Alabama or a poor district in Detroit. So as a teacher, why would I want to go teach some impoverished kids when I can make more somewhere else? So let's incentivize them that they do take on this heavy task to break systematic educational oppression, that we incentivize them. I've never
Yeah,
said
but also
force.
teachers have to make money. So say okay. Say
They
a school-
do. They
say a school
do.
says,
But if
"I'll
we
give
give
you
them,
$300,000.
let me talk. Though you asked me a question and I'm answering you. You keep trying to force words down my throat and try to like impose your little
we hear you.
ideas
We hear
on
you,
me.
dude. It's
All I'm
alright.
saying
Yeah,
is
we're not doing
incentivize the teachers, whether it be a tax break, whether it be more money. Let's pay them more money. Let's give them tax breaks for where
So
they teach at.
are you saying in like more impoverished counties, you want to give them more money to teach there?
Yeah, how are they gonna get that money?
I mean, like, yeah.
Well,
higher
no,
tax
but I
school,
think no that
We'd
it
have
would
not
probably,
even from higher taxes.
I
You
mean,
could
if you
probably
think
equate
economically, it would have to
I
tax
say
an outside
impoverished
county.
neighborhoods to not say the hood. But
Listen,
is education not tied to a better living?
yeah, it kind of is, but it's a lot of other things that play into it.
So-
No,
so-
dude,
so-
no
You from
fucking
Philly,
shot.
bro. You
I
from
mean, if you
Philly,
look
bro.
at me
Like,
right
I'm
now,
pretty sure you're
I
kind
got
of
an
familiar with
education.
Umar, right?
Okay, but we're not talking about having an education. We're talking about the quality of the education. If you take your average hood school, I don't know. I'm speaking from experience, man.
Right.
Well,
Like,
what kind of hood?
I lived
Let's say,
in Long
alright,
Island. Let
so
me
let's say
say this. Clear
Philadelphia
comms.
compared to
Clear
Upper
comms.
Darby.
I'm
Just-
gonna say
just do that.
exactly. I went to school in Farmingdale, Long Island, New York, from the age of 3 to 11 years old. When I moved to Philadelphia, I was several grades more advanced than my peers. Several grades more advanced. The things that they were learning in the 5th grade, I learned in the 3rd grade.
Well, that's, but that's not. Where I'm like
difference is-
failing
the
to
difference-
understand is like
The
that's
difference
not
in
minority
education
health.
system,
Alright.
the difference in education is astronomical.
Good,
And that's
let me
why
go
I
after
keep
him.
harping on it. That's why I keep harping on it.
So, alright, so
I'm with
boom,
it.
so Gert, right?
Yeah, but
so
wait,
here's the
not all
thing.
minorities-
Wait. Let me add on to it.
No,
Here's the thing, y'all.
Just
So let's
before.
Give
talk
Side
about
time
something
30
I already asked, right? And I haven't been talking. So here's the thing. Even to
the
add on to the Philadelphia school district, this adds on to his example. Our mayor, Jim Kenney, is a fuck off. So pretty much what he did is he taxed all of our sugary drinks. It's called a soda tax. Supposedly it was supposed to add on. It was supposed to add on to our educational system and fund it. That shit that was taxed.
Yeah, of course it did.
That hurts the lower economical system. That hurts the lower economical people way more than the middle class or the upper class. Did not benefit our fucking schools. We are still in the same place, and it's probably worse because the majority of the money went to them. We got 7% of it.
Y'all comparing minorities.
Let's give listener
Can I
30
just
seconds.
get
Listener 30
We
seconds.
got-
I don't need 30
seconds.
seconds at all. I don't need 30
Bro.
seconds. I just need to make a point. I don't need 30 seconds. But y'all are comparing minorities to bad teachings or whatever. Horrible
That's not what they were
schools.
saying at all.
But this stuff happens.
Can you let me
in the
finish?
majority of our environment.
I'm
Oh, no,
giving you
no,
30
you're right.
seconds.
You're right.
Okay.
I got
Okay.
you.
So it's not just minorities that live in Philadelphia, as you know. But why are you comparing minorities to being in bad schooling whenever it's not just minorities? It's
Does
No,
anyone
it's-
want to answer that?
I mean,
Dirt,
just
30
look at the
seconds.
statistics.
yes, but it's like I said that you could say that this amount of people experience this amount of things, but it's still not
Well,
every single person though. Not
That's what
all
I
people
wanted
there
to
are
interject
minorities.
to
So-
them is that
so
like
for
this
the
whole
percentage of
education
that.
thing is not something that just happens to like hood schools or black schools or whatever you want to say. It like in
I mean,
quote unquote white America, like we're taught that this white person came above and did like Thomas Jefferson didn't invent the light bulb. And
was
you could say
Tesla.
that it wasn't Tesla.
Thomas
It was
Edison.
actually a black dude. I don't even remember his name, but I hate to say that.
Yeah, it
because,
was
like,
a black guy.
It was some random
a
black
black guy,
dude that
I
actually
remember.
created like a super good light bulb that could withstand like 3
that
weeks.
shit
of fucking
happens a
life.
lot, by the way.
And it happens all the fucking time, dude. One of the greatest jokes of all time. I'm pretty sure it was Dave Chappelle that said it, where he was like, "This is like the POV of like someone
Alright,
riding fucking-
so what I'm getting from listener in that statement is that you don't believe that the minority in America are undereducated.
That's not what I said at all. I said I
would
believe
not
that
say
it's
that.
not just minorities. I believe it's more than just minorities.
No, I would say
So
it's a
I'm
combination-
asking a question. I'm asking a question. So you believe that education is equal throughout America?
That's not what I said at all.
I'm asking if that's what you
No,
believe.
no, I
Wait,
don't.
what do you
He
mean
just
by
thinks-
what do you
So
mean
He
by
just thinks
so in
it's-
that,
alright,
so in an area code so in a zip code
right.
of families who live under $30,000 a year, like every family in that zip code on an average median makes less than $30,000 a year, and the teachers that are paid there are underpaid compared to the next counter over by 12 to 15K. You believe that the education system is the same in both these zip codes?
I'm saying no.
I
I don't
think
think
what
it
you
is
have
at
a
all.
problem
Can you stop
with
speaking for me,
is-
please?
So then it's safe to say if you don't believe that minorities are undereducated compared to other races.
Well, then
Like
this
I
is my
said,
problem.
Not
That's
just
the city's
minorities.
problem.
Not just minorities live in that bad area where it's not
Yeah,
high income areas. It's not just
it's just
minorities. It's
impoverished.
white.
It's just
Okay,
poverty.
yes. But not all minorities
But
live there, nor
yeah, exactly.
No,
You're
but
not,
the
you're
majority
assuming that
of
one-
minorities. All right, so when
Alright,
it comes
yes,
to
it's probably
let's
Philadelphia
just
yes, it's the
specifically,
majority, but that doesn't mean it's just minorities only.
Let me just talk about a
That's
county I'm
call
familiar
it
with,
that.
right?
That's what it means when something disproportionately affects us, which has a hand in guess what? Systematic racism.
Okay,
So-
so where are you
so
going to
the
get the money to
minority
raise the
system
income to
doesn't
make the better schooling? You can't just
Yo,
guys
get
fucking
maybe
teachers
and here's the thing. You realize how I brought up the soda tax earlier. Maybe
that
we
was
should
one
not
of the ways that they
have.
tried.
No,
Okay,
that
but
wasn't one of
there's
the ways
nothing
that they
we can
tried.
do to
That's one of
change
the ways
that.
that they took advantage
This
of the
goes
lower
back to what I
class,
fucking
and
said when I
it wasn't. It
first
wasn't a
fucking
try
joined.
at it.
This
It
goes
wasn't a
back to
try at it. It
exactly
was a
what I said.
But
performative try.
listeners' rhetoric is that in
There shouldn't be
minority counties, there aren't just minorities.
Dude, fuck your minorities. Dude, there should be
So
just
I'm
a
sorry.
county.
Okay, all right, yeah. As much as I would like to do that, I can't take away the beliefs of racist people and just people who just want to see me
Of course,
as a
there's gonna be
slave.
racist.
It's
Of course, dude. If
not
somebody
Because
walked in, they got a funny
out of
face,
1,000
there's gonna be
people in the
that
school
do that.
district, there's 1,000 people in the school district. 700 of them are African Americans. 200 of them are Hispanic. But because there are 100 white people, this minority isn't full of black people. Like I don't understand. Like
It's
let me
not
say it right.
only. It's not only black
portions,
people.
bro. We're talking about Philly. We're talking about Philly specifically. That's what you're not getting, and it's also like that.
Okay, but
all
I don't live
around
in
a whole
Philly,
bunch
so I
of
can't
others.
debate about that. So that's not fair. You're obviously
Okay,
that's
already.
kind
Let's
of-
talk
that's
about
kind of the
let's talk
majority of
about
lower
Chicago.
economic
Let's talk
systems,
about
though.
Detroit.
Hey,
Let's talk
can I-
about
Okay,
California,
and how did y'all
Compton.
get in? How did they get in that situation? How do minorities? How do minorities get in
Racism, bro.
that?
Yo, we're
Racism.
literally blocked.
I-
We are
I wanna
literally
ask you a
blocked
question.
off from
But
retail.
you
We are
yet
blocked
have to.
I
off.
wanna ask you a
You
question.
say
Okay,
that,
ready?
but you yet
I'm
have to show me
no, he
how.
wants
What?
evidence. He
Who
wants
did
evidence.
this?
I'm gonna give you
Yo,
evidence.
guys,
Clear
guys,
comms.
guys.
Clear
Alright.
comms. Clear comms.
Okay,
Clear
okay,
comms.
clear
Clear
comms.
comms. Clear
Calm
comms.
down,
Clear
calm down,
comms. Clear comms. Clear comms.
I'm curious.
I'm gonna give listener an example. You can Google it and find the statistics on this. Right? You have a house that's worth $200K. You sell the house to me, it is now worth $200K. When I go to sell it, if I am African American, do you feel like it's okay to then value the house at $120K?
If it's in this, no, if it's in the same condition as it was prior, then
So
it should
why
be-
does it happen in 2021? There is a
Can you
thing going.
can you give
I'm gonna give
me
you
a
an
name?
example. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm give you an example. You can Google it. I don't know the woman's name. The woman hired a white family to do the walk around in her house while she was selling it. When the white family had the house appraised, it was appraised for about $350K. When she went to sell the house herself and did the walk around, the same company undervalued her house by $140K.
So you're saying that one
So-
woman
That wasn't
has-
done once. That wasn't done once. That was done in a response.
But you yet have to give me a
to
name.
several-
How do I do my
That
own
would
research?
that
I'm not
happened
gonna just take
several
you with me.
times. You go do the research. You
Yes,
go do
but
it.
what would it be called? Do you
You
have to give me a
You-
name and
bro,
something
You
to
go
look up?
do it. You
can
say
literally- you can just
disparity.
Google-
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you how to Google it. No, I'm gonna tell
I have
him.
a
I'm gonna
question.
tell him. I'm gonna tell him.
all right.
Google
Yo,
the
alright,
disparity
fine. On the
in
way.
the value of real estate being African American or Caucasian. Type that in and have a
Alright.
field day.
All right, let me get Leo. Let me give him your pick and roll. All right, so boom, right. So when it comes to things like the Tulsa, like what happened in Tulsa, and plenty of other
Well, what
independent
happened in Tulsa?
and
I don't know
working.
what happened in Tulsa, man. I'm like,
Y'all don't know about Black Wall Street. Ain't no way.
Nah, man. I mean, this might shock
Yo,
you,
that's-
but I'm not African American, bro. I'm Puerto Rican, man.
All right, man, bro, you still man.
I bet you enjoy.
I know the vibe.
nights.
Trust me, nigga. I know the vibe. I know the vibe. I know the vibes.
You know the vibes, man.
Yeah, but I'm just
Alright,
trying to put it
so
out there
boom.
so there's no confusion.
All right, so boom, y'all. So here's the thing: when it comes to things like Tulsa, and y'all should Google that. It's pretty much black. It was the original Black Wall Street, and it was when a white woman got in the elevator with like a black dude. Obviously, he didn't rape her. She pulled Emmett Till, and the KKK used that as ample enough like reason to burn down that whole town. All of the insurance companies and retail companies excluded them from even getting any of that wealth back, and they literally just took it all from themselves.
Oh, you're talking.
And then put
I know what you're talking
put
about.
their own money and started making their own Wall Streets and started
Not only
supporting
that, but
their
the
own
hood
stock
doesn't
market.
consist of people who want to live in the hood.
Okay.
What happens in a zip
Now,
code is that
that's creating
realtors won't
generational
rent
wealth for
to
them as well.
minorities. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
That's creating
the
generational
hood-
wealth
the
for them. We
hood
didn't even
isn't
get a
some-
chance at that shit.
But listen, the hood isn't just some random place on the map where black people and Hispanics gather. What happens to a zip code is that zip code is undervalued and housed with minorities on purpose. And then another zip code that neighbors it is full of white people because they won't rent to minorities. Having the same credit score, having the same income, they just won't rent to you. You think it? Listen, there's in Philadelphia we have blocks of Irish people where there's literally a whole block of just Irish people. Like you will see Irish flags. You don't go to a bar. It's called a fucking pub.
Yeah, bro. Right in SP. Right in SP.
You know the fucking vibes, bro. You have whole Italian communities.
I'm from Great Spirit, man.
Well, you will see. I mean, I'm from Badlands, bro. I'm from North, bro. So you know.
Oh, I.
You know, I know what's going on. You feel me? You feel me?
One thing I think that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll let you finish. Sorry.
All I'm saying is, these zip codes in these neighborhoods are literally slotted by people who determine the education and the finances of these people's future. How am I, who am not allowed to rent somewhere else with a credit score or rent with a certain job, supposed to break out of my tax bracket when you're systematically not hiring me, you're systematically not giving me access to education that could allow me to actually have a better job? How am I supposed to break out of it when it's not just, I don't want to say the white man that I'm competing with, but it's not just Billy I'm competing with. I'm competing with the fact that Billy's dad's dad has been here.
Yeah, exactly. And
America is still run, and this might fuck you up, but America is still run by the 100 or so families that were here first. The Walmarts, the Trumps.
It's still
fuck
here.
The JPs, fuck the Rockefellers, fuck all those niggas, fuck the Johnson.
So how do you come here for the first time and battle against generational wealth, generational real estate, and generational education?
Well, because if you went anywhere else, that was so much cheaper. The conditions there is that you could just get shot, like walked into your home, and the military just now owns your home. And that's just like,
you walk into your home in the military.
This is why I didn't want to go.
No, the military walks into your home and dude, fuck off. No, to go back to what I was gonna say about like this whole thing on.
Wait, the military owns your. Wait, are you talking about?
Just stop.
Wait,
Don't,
ain't no way.
Just drop that. Just drop that. No, because I was thinking about what was going on in Congo, and I just got finished watching and reading about that.
Let me ask you this: whose fault is it?
It's the Congo.
That there's oppressed people. Who's the fault? Whose fault?
No, the fault of.
I mean, in America, I can answer that for you. But you're probably not gonna like the answer.
Yo, which part of Africa you want?
Let me answer this. Ready? African Americans are oppressed in America because during the revolution of America, like when we broke ties from Europe, right? Mm-hmm. We used slavery as the workforce and most of the army frontline to independencize ourselves from Europe. We not only slaughtered the Native Americans, but we indoctrinated the women that we could. We took from the black people what we could. And we literally separated and annexed ourselves from Europe. The American people, the original whites that came here, the original Europeans, the settlers, are barbaric and are literally built upon violence. So when you take that for 400 and something odd years, to relinquish control from them is going to be very hard. But it's already happening.
It's not 400 odd years. It's eternities.
Who sold America those slaves?
No, stop, dude.
Okay, here goes the difference. Let me answer it. Let me answer him. There has always been slavery. Yes. Africans have enslaved Africans.
Not chattel
Europeans have enslaved Europeans. However, it was America that deemed slaves because of race.
Okay, but
Egypt was built with Egyptian slaves, but Egyptians consisted of a myriad of races. In America only was it legal to own a black slave.
When you think about economy,
can you name a country that didn't get that country?
Yeah.
Dude, am I muted?
Like the same economy that
All right,
gave
ready? Here goes. Ready? I'm gonna blow this man's mind. Ready? India has Indians in it by majority. China has Chinese people in it by majority. And you can run that through every country. It is only in America. It is only in America where we have such a diverse population.
Hello?
In America, there are a myriad of races. It's even become common practice to see Chinese people in America. Like, I can't walk 10 feet in my neighborhood without seeing a Chinese store. I can't go 5 minutes without seeing an Irish pub. I can't go
Yeah.
10 minutes without seeing a fucking halal meat dispensary.
And what's your
Okay.
point?
Yeah, what's your
What I'm trying to say is, in China, you can drive for an hour and not see nothing but Chinese shit.
Okay, your point is.
Yeah.
My point is that in America, it's a culmination of people. So, you want more examples?
This is
Yeah.
where, dude. This
But what are
this
you
whole
This has nothing to do with
convolution of
racism.
thought.
It's just telling that we have different races in America. This is kind of
All
common
right,
sense.
but yo, when it comes to African American
So what do you?
people's
No,
relationships,
but I'm just saying, what are you
So there's
asking
not
common sense
black
questions
people
for?
in
Then?
Russia. There's not black people in India.
I'm asking this guy. So what? So why are you asking common sense questions?
I didn't
You
ask
have
any
nothing else to pull out your bag?
I'm on my
Dude,
phone. I'm not asking any
guys,
questions.
guys, please,
Oh,
please,
okay, cool.
please.
Yeah, let him say something. He's been trying to say something, and he's been saying hello for like 8 hours.
I just like this conversation is going round and round in circles because we're
That's
talking
why I didn't
about
want to go on race.
we've talked about systematic racism, which I understand, but from the beginning of the freeing of the slaves, who would give them land? Who would give them opportunities? Of course, they're going to be the first people that are going to be enslaved, quote unquote, by this system that is going to keep them there. It's how you monopolize. If you think about it, and you own the sheriff, and
This
you
is
own the
gonna
department.
piss this guy off. Hold up, Gert. Let me interject with this. You know
No,
why?
no, let him,
you know why
let him
this?
finish, let him
let him
finish
finish
all the
statement, what the
BS.
fuck?
Let him finish all the bullshit, even if it is bullshit. Just let him finish.
Yeah, it's
I
not
was
bullshit.
never
It's
trying
not
to
bullshit.
spew bullshit.
It wasn't bullshit. It wasn't bullshit.
No,
no. The
That's
stream
what-
has
that's
hit
what I'm
30
saying.
minutes, and I
Let
like
him-
to end these at 30 minutes, and I just wanted to have like one statement before we enter our closing statements.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, wait, as men, right? And this is gonna piss a lot of motherfuckers off. As
Go
men,
for it.
when someone is stronger than you, you make more money than them, right? When someone is as strong as you, makes as much money as you become more intelligent than them. When someone is as strong as you, make as much money as you, and as intelligent as you, it's up to genetics to determine who's the better pairing, right? In America,
After you only get
everything
one
is
win.
in America, everything is becoming equalized. The strong are no longer just dumb; they're becoming intelligent. The poor are no longer oppressed; they're becoming the majority. There's a balance of power that the original founding fathers had that they're losing. They were the wealthiest, they were the most intelligent, but they weren't never the strongest. And now that the strong has become intelligent and has access to wealth through media and certain avenues, they oppress them by putting certain restrictions and systems in place. Little loops, little walls for them to jump over. And now that those walls are gone, we're seeing a new America. It's brand new. But the systems that created America are still in place. Because if they weren't, then the original founding fathers are just regular peasants. They're just regular run-of-the-mill people.
They built the
And
country.
that's why it won't change.
Can I get a word in? Can I get a word in real quick?
So we're gonna start. So with that being said, we're gonna start the ending statements, starting with Saitama. After that, it'll go to listener. After that, it'll go to Blue. After that, it'll go to Sneaky, and then it'll end with Gert. And we're gonna give everyone 45 seconds. Saitama, closing statement.
I'm at the top of the key with it, right? Alright, so boom. So pretty much yo, like from like the bucking camps to the forced labor and shit like that, to all the terrible things that they did to us in slavery, to how they forced us to be Christian, to how
What do you
they
mean by
raped
us?
us, to
Because
how
you
they
personally
like
went through that.
because I'm an African American person. So from
45
from
seconds,
how,
no
like,
interruptions. No interruptions. No
from how
interruptions.
Lynch-
State your ideas on your seconds.
Yeah.
Sorry.
with how like Willie Lynch and shit like that too had literally made the whole plan that South followed to keep these people enslaved for this amount of hundreds of years, and then even with how slave masters got reparations, and how the same people who were screaming at that little girl who was the center of that case for Brown versus Board, are these children's that I'm in school with great grandparents. So it wasn't that far
5 seconds left.
away. A lot of these systems are still in place and still being supported.
Alright.
All right. Next.
My statement. Wait, you said I was next.
Listener, yeah.
Yeah.
45.
So, I have nothing to add on what you just said, but I think y'all didn't get what my point was about racism. This is just typically for America. I believe the law and the way America is set up is not racist at all. But I feel like the way that people operate in America and the actual people that run America, such as cops, governments, different things like that, people are racist and it is corrupted.
That's the law.
But the law in America isn't racist at all. That's what it seems.
All right. And
Wait,
really?
so you're laughing? So you don't agree with that?
No, we're not debating.
No,
Just
it's
close
not the
statements.
law, it's
Blue,
just the people who
Blue,
work
you
in
get
the
45
law.
seconds
Sure.
if you want to say something.
That's what it is.
YouTube.com/Rajiin.
It's the law. It's not.
All right, LR. I love this kid. LR Sneaky, 45 seconds.
Go sub up.
Okay, I have a question. So this guy earlier said all we went through. Do you mean all the black people of back then went through, or you?
Oh my goodness.
Ending statements, no questions. Ending statements, no one reply.
no
Ending
questions.
statements.
Alright, well, I didn't know if he was referring
Rephrase
to
it.
himself because...
Just rephrase it. You can make the statement.
Philadelphia isn't
Personally,
anything like that at all.
I don't think systematic racism exists at all. I mean, we had a black president. We have a black vice president right now.
Indian, but okay.
He's not...
It's still a minority.
Partially black. Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead. You got 20
Anyways, another thing is I'm curious about like how we're trying to fix all these other problems while a statistic is what was I about to say? Oh yeah. Black on black crime is like higher than cops killing black people or white people
that
killing
really
black
bothered me.
people. So I'm
Alright,
just
okay.
curious
5
why
seconds.
we don't fix that.
All right, and Gert, you get 45 seconds.
Holy shit, dude! That comment
Yeah, I
actually
know.
make my heart fucking sing.
Welcome.
The fact that you actually said that.
To
So-
Overwatch.
Yeah, I know,
Okay.
bro.
No, stop. Okay, can I reset?
just keep
I have a
pushing.
lot
You
to
can
say.
address it if you
First
want
of all,
45
this-
seconds, Gert, go.
Okay, systematic racism, of course it
Okay.
exists because you free the slaves, you get an excuse to like call people out and just be like, hey, a black dude has weed, now you can arrest him. We've been racist for years. Look at, he built this, now you can build this. And then fucking there's with more shit, it's just impoverished. It's just monopoly. It's all capitalism. And we say it's beautiful, it's not. It's just
Yes,
an
sir.
excuse to be racist. It's an excuse to keep your power, and it's an excuse to all this shit. The money seduces you. And it'll do it to everyone. It's fucking evil.
He's doing the science.
That's
That's
all I
literally
have.
what I said, and you disagreed with me. Right?
No, you said some crazy shit. Hey, all I'm saying is like, can we just have a good time? Like, systematically, I don't want to be fucked up to anyone. I want to help and I want to fix it and I want to do the best, and like all I could do is just help my county. Just help your county. Literally talk to your city.
Let's go.
And then if you
Guys,
if you
if
got
you
a
want to
white
further
man,
this
okay,
discussion,
yeah.
go
Sorry.
to the comments at youtube.com/Rajiin and continue the debate in the comments. Like the video, share the video. I am literally going to make the thumbnails for these last 3
Free the
videos.
Africans.
And
My
I'm
niggas
gonna,
Africans out the thing.
whatever, man. That's
Free
just
the Africans.
go to
You know,
youtube.com.
Hey, free
/Rajiin.
Palestine, dude. Fucking free
Yeah,
Gaza.
free Palestine.
Listen,
free
I want
TK.
everybody in here to go
Free
and
ticket.
like the video. Continue the conversation in the comments. Let's get more people in the comments. Get more people in the debate. And I will definitely be on tomorrow. Blue, you know the vibes. You're my fucking little bro. Saitama, listener, Sneaky, it was a pleasure talking to you. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to upload this tonight. So check you guys out in the